So, welcome to the Pokemon Black and White 2 Nuzlocke.
And welcome to my review of it.
We are playing our battles in set mode, and we are not allowed to use items in battle. Shout out to Yan there. How's it going, man, on potential Nuzlocke review?
That's me. That is my potential Nuzlocke review. We're reviewing another run of RTs. This time it's Black and White 2, one of my favorite games of all time. We've already reviewed 2 of his runs before. Let's see how he's grown as a player. Let's see him use the hardcore Nuzlocke rules, and let's see him play my favorite Pokemon game ever. I'm pChal. I'm probably the best Nuzlocker in the world. I'm excited. Let's get into the review.
Have a battle we can be proud of.
The Sharon fight is pretty straightforward here. As long as your start is appropriately leveled, you should be able to always get through this fight no matter what.
Here we go. Encounter time. Okay,
So he's going to go for a double encounter here.
He's a double. There's a Magby. It's going to have to do it. That is...
something worth noting here. So his Pokemon aren't leveled here except for his starter, and that's because RT plays on a console. He doesn't play on an emulator, so he doesn't have access to speed up or hacking and rare candies, which is usually what we Nuzlockers use to grind, right? So his Pokemon aren't going to be grinded, and he's probably going to go through the game mostly with like the same team, because he doesn't really have options to grind that well. So this is actually a really scary encounter. This is his encounter here with the double battle. My suggestion here would actually be to kill the Magby and kill the Patrat. And I say this because Magby is actually quite weak. Even if it evolves into Magmar later, it's just kind of outclassed by other fire types. More importantly though, Magby is really hard to catch because it is a baby Pokemon, and baby Pokemon have really low catch rates.
Oh my god, game. Come on. Not every battle needs to be on the clock.
Yeah,
like
so this is where we see that it gets a little bit difficult, right? Like this Purloin can still get one shot by this Magby, level 13 Magby, or 2 shot by it, and he's going to have to throw a lot of balls until he catches this. This is going to be really spooky. Speaking of a lot of balls, are you still washing yourself with a rag or some disgusting loofah like a caveman? Because that's what cavemen did famously. Well, not anymore, because today's sponsor is Manscaped, and they've got something special for you, the Buff Bundle. And the star of the show is this guy, the Body Buffer. That's right, the Body Buffer. Let me unpack it for you real quick. Can I get... What's this? Oh. Okay, that was actually really easy. Look at that. Doesn't that look modern, sleek, clean, maybe even antibacterial? Because it is. The antibacterial exfoliator, the Body Buffer. This is how a modern man gets rid of dead skin cells on his body, because that's definitely something that cavemen were aware of as well. Just go with me here, okay? Look, it's like a phone. It's like holding a phone. That's usually with the thing on the back. What do they call it? A pop socket? Yeah, so you can like pretend like you're scrolling Twitter in the shower. Do you guys ever put a phone in like a plastic bag and like scroll in the shower because you're so addicted to media? But it's called the Buff Bundle because not only does it come with the buffer, it comes with not 1, but 2 bottles of Manscaped body wash. That's right. They've got these little pumps at the top. You just put them in the shower, pump, boom. You know I'm a fan of body wash. That's for goddamn sure. You get these if you buy the Buff Bundle with this, and you can upgrade your game in the shower. You can upgrade it from all the random stuff you add to this nice, sleek, cool stuff. If you're interested, 20% off with my code, link in the description or in the comments. Go scroll down there. Thank you so much for Manscaped for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the game.
Okay, if we don't catch it right now, the run might be over.
Yeah, like his little pup is also level 4. Like it's
no.
also just going to get taken out here. I think you really want to run from this. The catch rate is just too low.
Is this actually going to happen?
Yep. It looks like it.
Okay, chat. How bad do you want it?
Run.
Okay, no,
run.
we're gonna.
Good call.
We're actually gonna run.
Magby's not that good.
Disaster. So
honestly, it could have been worse. He could have also lost Little Pup or the whole run.
we didn't.
So Roxie, not the hardest gym leader in the series for sure, but with 2 Pokemon, one of which is overleveled, it's definitely going to be difficult for RT here. I think because he's not playing with level caps here, his Dewott can be level 20, which gives him a lot more options, which makes this fight a lot safer. I think it's definitely beatable with just your starter at this stage, so I think he should be okay, but going into Castelia City with only 2 encounters is still really, really awkward.
You have a berry for that.
So he actually mentions having a Pecha Berry here, which is really good.
No big deal. Question, does Whirlipede have Poison Point?
It does.
Probably. Yeah, just Water Gun.
Yeah, this set is actually kind of evil. If you do get poisoned, you take a lot of damage from Venoshock.
Oh no,
he can
so if I
protect
get
and stuff
poisoned,
like that.
it's really bad.
Yeah. I really like the call of going for water gun here. It's kind of a close call. I would normally not recommend doing this because the poison damage, it really depends, right? The razor shell does do a lot more damage here, but I think judging from the damage here, it just so happens that water gun is going to perfectly 3-shot this without bringing it into potion range, judging by this damage, whereas razor shell might not 2-shot and might bring it into that potion range, essentially giving it more HP. So the water gun is actually going to be a clean 3-8 KO here, which means he should have the W here.
Oh, it's so bad. It's like actually over if I get poisoned. Venom Shock deals extra damage if you're poisoned. The fact that you didn't get off in the coffin and we have the berry means that we're okay here. Another gym clear.
Well played. Really nice. I like going for the water gun there a lot. Not necessarily because of the poison point, but again, because of just how the damage kind of worked out. Yeah, so I'm going to mention something. Let's see if it happens.
Zubat is not bad. The main problem is that average here is also in the battle.
Yeah.
And we can't control what he does.
Yeah.
Don't want the Rattata. Oh no. What have you done, average? Oh, what do you, come on, please have a...
So if you as the viewer want to take anything away from this run, for your Black and White 2 run, this is something really important. It's something that I sometimes forget doing, but it's actually super important. If you go into the sewers for the first time, rappel through until you finish the quest with your rival, because your rival is very likely to kill your encounter here, and the encounters here are quite good. Rattata and Zubat, as stupid as it sounds, are actually very, very good encounters. Both of them, especially Crobat, obviously. So going through with a rappel here to prevent your rival from killing it and then encountering it on your own, I think is a really, really good option that you should always do.
This is why you're average. This is why you suck. What is wrong with you? Eevee is only level 19, so if you use a rappel with a level 19 up front, Eevee is 100%.
Really nice suggestion by Sleepy Penguin here. I really, really like it. This is what's called rappel manipping. If you know the exact encounter table, you can sometimes figure out these ways where you can guarantee or heighten the chances of certain Pokemon by using rappels, because rappel only wears off Pokemon that are higher level than your lead Pokemon. So this is a way to guarantee the 100% Eevee here, which is really, really good. I like it.
I want to try that. It works. Guaranteed Eevee for Castelia City. That's so cool.
Very nice. Whew. Also worth knowing that Eevee has a pretty low catch rate. One thing on how to use Eevee and what to evolve it into, my suggestion is always that you put it in the back of your box and you wait. You plan out your fights as you go through the game, and as you encounter a fight where you feel like you can't really find the right answer, but one of the evolutions is possible, then you take it out and then you evolve it and slot it in. The reason Eevee is a really good encounter is because it's extremely versatile and can fill any niche, but it can only do that if you don't commit unto one evolution until later in the game.
There's
Very
our
nice.
Friend.
Obviously,
Drillbur
a really, really
acquired.
good encounter. I don't have to tell you guys. You can get Excadrill before Elisa and teach it Earthquake. It's really good for Elisa. It's really good for Clay. It's really good for Skyla. I don't have to tell you guys. This thing's obviously amazing.
The thing is with
Darumaka
this,
plus
it is Fire
Duat
Fang.
should be easy here.
Don't chance anything on the dweeb. Simply
Nice.
switch for safety.
Well planned. Very well planned.
Because yeah, he's just going for it. Oh, he actually has sturdy too.
Super fun.
I think I just hard switch, and I'm hoping it's all right. Here is our savior.
Oh, this is kind of risky. Judging by his team, this is really risky.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So now, okay, the berry.
But that's all right. And
The berry means at least he's not dead to another non-crit, but he is dead to another crit, and he has to hit this Fire Fang. From my analysis, this is the weakest point that RT's run is going to be, because after this, you get so many power spikes and you get so many encounters. You're going to have Excadrill after this. You're going to just get so many Pokemon. So what I would have liked to see is him to sack the Lillipup here to make sure that he gets through here. Because if you just sack the Lillipup, you get the Darmanitan in for free, and you can get through pretty easy stuff.
unless he crits again, we live and we win.
Yeah, now you kind of have to hope.
Land the fire. Oh!
I think the Lillipup sack makes a lot of sense there because the encounter quality in this game is just so high. You get so many good mons that sacrificing a Lillipup should be fine.
The notable thing about these rare Pokemon is they all have their hidden ability.
It's pretty good for Minccino
case,
here.
It's Skill Link,
Can
which
actually
is
get Tail Slap
a
at 25.
very powerful
Skills
ability.
with
So we
skilling,
can take
really,
this
really
as
good
our
encounter.
for the route if we
Pretty
so
good
choose.
for mid game, I would say.
Gotta get this. Hidden Grotto. It treats Hidden Grotto as the area. We'll treat this one as a static encounter then. I think in future though, if we want to go the Grotto route, we treat it as the encounter for that area.
That's definitely one way to do it. The fact that at the Met area location in the summary of the Pokemon it says Hidden Grotto is the reason that I just do 1 Hidden Grotto encounter per run. Because it's just consistent with my encounter ruling. I just like that. I like the consistency. That's fun for me. But it might be fun for other players to be like, okay, every route I get the choice between either Hidden Grotto or Grass. I think that's really cool. That's a way to rule it as well. Just up to you how you do it.
Oh, and I just made this encounter in Audino. I didn't even think about that.
It's worth to think about.
Do we want an Audino gang?
You kind of do. Audino is actually really good early game. In a lot of these early game routes, there's not that many good encounters, so it's worth thinking about, okay, do I maybe just not want any of these encounters and instead just get myself an Audino, because it's pretty strong early game. It's got good stats.
I mean, that's pretty good. Gatita, if you want to piss Yan. Oh, I absolutely... Yes! Okay, no, that's what we're going for.
This is targeted harassment.
Got one. She's just zooming away.
This is obviously a reference to me hating on this one in my last review of his run. So... fuck off.
Best Generation 5 Pokemon.
Yeah. Let's hear. Let me hear it. Okay. Good one, dude. All right, at least it's going to be pretty straightforward here because he has Rock Slide and Earthquake.
Strategy.
I mean, what else?
Rock Slide?
How do you lose
that's
this?
Mean.
How do you lose this? Exactly. You don't.
Kept me waiting.
And we're off to play it.
All right, time to see what you can do. Everything else is grand. Well, if that's Intimidate, actually, that might be a bit annoying.
Yeah, that's... I love that. I've had so many of these ones in my Nuzlocke where you engage the fight, you've planned the entire thing through, and then you engage the fight and you realize, oh shit, I forgot about the ability. Intimidate is a classic one of those. I kind of like his team here. The Gothita is obviously a troll. I would have liked him to see... a different Pokemon on this team, obviously.
Okay, defense drop is actually quite nice.
Kind of losing a lot of HP on the do what already, which I don't like. I think Whimsicott might have been the better choice here, but...
If he goes for a Rock Slide, then he pops my balloon, and because I'm brave, he might end up faster.
Okay, he's using... Oh, okay, I'm hearing a lot of interesting stuff here. He's actually very prepared for this fight. So he's using the Air Balloon, which you can get in Driftvale City, really cool. And he actually looked at his nature and saw that he was minus speed, brave nature. He's probably going to be slower here. That's really interesting.
And I hate to do this, is either the duck or the mushroom is going to get it.
Yeah, there's actually no good way to manipulate this Excadrill to not go for a ground type move. Or sorry, to go for the ground type move on the switch in. You would need something that like resists all the other moves, the rock move and slash, which is actually really hard. Obviously, like a rock ground type would, but I don't think you can get any of those in this game. So there's no good way to pivot that incorrectly. Although one thing is that AI will go for Bulldoze if it's slower, so you could probably go Whimsicott. You could go Ducklet into Whimsicott here to, I'm pretty sure, bait the Bulldoze because Whimsicott is faster, I think. And then you could be able to go into Excadrill on the guaranteed Bulldoze. I think that would work, but it looks like he's going to go for a sack here.
Wait, can we just get another mushroom? They're static encounters.
Oh, he's getting double static encounters?
We can just pick one up later.
I mean, if you have Infinite Fungus, then fucking sack it. Yeah, go for it. Who cares? If that's how you're
there he
rolling
goes.
It. Yeah, why not? Effect Spore could have been sick there.
Even have a chance.
Yeah, now he has Air Balloon, so it's easy, right? Earthquake will just one-shot.
He was too trustful of us.
I like the Air Balloon strat here. Really cool. Well played.
Air Balloon acquired.
Super, super nice.
Here we simply EQ. We can revenge this, because it's gonna use Dig anyway. Oh my god.
I mean, you're fine.
Jesus.
Like, if he digs again, you can just switch.
That's really bad. God, I hope I land this Razor Shell.
I mean, even if you miss, you'll be fine, right? Oh, unless you get Sand Tombed. Oh, that's so awkward. Wait. Oh, I need to switch to Whimsicott. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see Sand Tomb was a play there. Now
God, I really hope I land this Razor Shell.
He really has to hit. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Holy moly. All right.
Thank God he only had one Pokemon, because I was trapped. I wouldn't have been able to switch. We get a new encounter here, too. Yep, this is Relic Castle.
Oh, do you get Volcarona now? So the thing with Volcarona is, look at its learn set. This thing is trash. The moves are so bad. You don't get Quiver Dance until, like, ever. I guess you can use it for E4, but it's really not that good. A lot of Pokemon are, like, on surface a lot better than they actually turn out being because of their learn sets, is what I'm slowly learning. That's fine.
As long as we're not below half. Take a mag.
I was about to say.
Why are you faster?
Yeah. He mentioned earlier he was minus speed.
What the YouTube? Why?
Xka is like 88, and I think like Magmar is more than 90 base speed.
So fast?
It's pretty fast.
Oh no!
And like Excadrill is not that fast, right?
I must not understand Mag.
I think the problem is actually a lot of people overestimate how fast Excadrill is, especially for minus speed. This is something that I would call like an autopilot death, where like, yeah, it kind of makes sense that you thought the Magmar was probably slower and you just one shot with Earthquake and you're probably going to be fine. And like a lot of times you're going to get away with stuff like that. But the thing to note here is he had a really safe switch into Samurott, right? So there's just no reason to risk it. He was just kind of on autopilot. It sucks, but it happens. It's actually pretty good so far, only 3 deaths.
Let's pick ourselves up with Jolteon.
Okay, going for Jolteon.
This is going to give us some cover.
I like it.
It gives us a special attacker. It gives us a lot of speed.
He went through Chargestone Cave here without any Electro-type encounters, and there's actually not a lot of opportunities left to get Electro-type encounters, so I think committing to the Jolteon is fine here. You have Volt Switch for it and stuff like that. Volt Switch is a really good move, so having something that can actually use it is great. Also, like, Marlon is coming up, so you can use that versus that. It's a good encounter here. I agree with it. The only other thing worth considering is that Umbreon is probably pretty good for the Elite Four. Like, you definitely want one Dark type for the Elite Four in this game. This is really important. Skyla time.
You and I have some fun. Play it safe.
Okay. That doesn't quite kill.
Jeez, that's a
I mean, I like the Volt Switch lead a lot here.
Thunderfang would have taken a while.
Obviously,
there.
using the Gothita is kind of troll, but... Okay, so you kind of know... So in this position, right, you're attracted, and you've just switched into an attract. You kind of know that she's going for Potion next turn. I would definitely switch back into Jolteon here and just repeat this play. Volt Switch again. Maybe a roll actually kills it, and if not, you have another opportunity to like, go for it. I think this just makes sense.
Okay, that's a bit mean.
Yeah, now you're just like taking a lot of unnecessary damage on your Samurott.
Right,
I really don't like it.
Thank you. It's a little dangerous now because now Samurott's not in the best of health.
I think she's not going to heal again. She's going to save the
Acrojet?
next health potion for the Swanna.
Oh my god, correct. We're in crit range now. I have to switch into Savior at this point.
Oh yeah, now you're taking damage on this too. Yeah, he kind of let Attract mess up his tempo more than he needed to here.
Jolly Darmanitan.
But it's fine.
Thank God. Okay, I need to get a switch off into victory. Oh, I might have to sacrifice the best. I think I have to sacrifice the best.
While I am obviously on board with sacrificing this garbage tier shit design, he's obviously afraid of Bubble Beam here, right? That is like the move that a Swanna can actually go for. And that is what she is going to go for because it's the most damage on Darmanitan. What I think I would like to see here is probably a pivot through Samurott. I'm imagining you would take like 20 damage off of this. I don't think Bubble Beam will two-shot Samurott. So you switch Samurott in, you take Bubble Beam damage, you're then dead to like Air Slash or whatever this uses, can then go into Jolteon for free. Because really, what are you even afraid of with Bubble Beam, right? You could even argue that you can just switch Jolteon into Bubble Beam and then one-shot, but I guess what you could say is Bubble Beam might lower your speed on Jolteon, and then you're kind of dead to crit. It's a little bit awkward. So I do like the idea of not going straight into Jolteon because Bubble Beam is scary. I just think that the Samurott pivot makes the most sense here. I don't think you need to sack, but like obviously if you want to sack the Gothita, like be my guest.
I'm sorry, Yad. He's gonna be so disappointed. This thing's dead.
I'm so disappointed. But not because you sacked Gothita, but because there was a better play.
Volt switch and get it. There we go. Swanna down. Oh, she's got a Skarmory as our last one.
Yeah, I mean this is just free now.
Okay, we got through it relatively okay. We've taken another casualty. Another 2 are down. We lost the best. Absolutely devastated. It is a Jellicent. Oh.
I'd like to point this encounter out real quick because I think Jellicent is actually really, really good in this game. Water Ghost with Water Absorb is a fantastic combination. This basically walls every water type in the game. You can teach this Will-O-Wisp. You can teach to like deal with a lot of the Dragon type, like Dragon Dancers and stuff like that, to invalidate those. It's got a lot of free switch-ins on a lot of like fighting and normal type moves. I really, really like this. I think it would complement his team extremely well, especially the Aggron, because the Aggron is going to draw like water and fighting type moves that you can switch into and stuff like that. I would really like to see this on his team at some point.
Drapion is pretty good. It's bulky, can hit hard, dark typing. It's just pretty solid in general.
Mm-hmm.
It seems quite viable.
It is quite viable. So the reason I want to point out the Drapion here really quick is that I think Drapion is one of the best mons that you can use for the Elite Four of this game. You always want a dark type in this game, right? Because it deals with Caitlyn, obviously. It deals with Shauntal really well. It is a resistance for Grimsley. And then, obviously, it's weak to Marshal. But notice how Drapion is a dark type who does not have a weakness to Marshal. It's part poison, but that doesn't matter because it's immune to Caitlin's psychic type attacks. So I think if you want to bring a dark type to the Elite Four, Drapion is one of the best ones you can bring in this game. Having this is just fantastic for that. It also gets access to Crunch, which is the best dark type move, which not a lot of dark types do. So I really like this encounter for Gen 5. You can even teach it Ice Fang for like Iris's dragons and stuff like that. It's just so strong.
Hey, we actually got it. Okay, that's the best encounter here.
That is actually another really good dark type for the Elite Four. It is 4 times weak to Marshal instead of being neutral like Drapion, but it's got the 4 times resistance to both Grimsley and Shauntal, which is really strong. A little bit of a downside is that it only has access to Night Slash, which just isn't quite as effective as Crunch, but it's not that big of a difference.
There's a weak link here, which is good.
Rotation Battles is just so much RNG. I really don't like them.
Others.
What I also really don't like is that he has this Aggron just out against a Druddigon that I'm pretty sure learns fighting type moves. That's a bit scary.
How did you live?
Aggron doesn't have the highest attack, and Ice Punch doesn't have the highest base attack. RT? Does this not have revenge? Okay, maybe it doesn't.
I'm good to Ice Punch again,
Or it didn't see the kill because it goes off of Revenge's base power, not the double base power. I would still be really scared here, I'm not gonna lie.
Aggron is the solution. Hoping max min damage works in my favor there someday.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Revenge?
Oh.
What type is Revenge?
Oh.
What the YouTube? Why?
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's actually quite scary now as well.
I mean, it's fine, it's just fracture.
Really
you should
bad.
be okay.
Gotta go for it.
It's a little bit scary. Oh man, you gotta be aware of your move. I mean, that's just a knowledge gap, right? I can't really blame him. Knowing that Revenge exists there.
No.
That's a little bit unlucky.
Please kill with Aquajet.
It's just one of those things with these like 4x weak Pokemon, right? It's like they're usually like a knowledge check. You should be fine.
Oh, thank God, he's so stupid.
I didn't see a kill there.
Clink will die if the quick ball fails.
All right, here's the controversial decision. He's going to be using the legendaries again like he did last time. And you know what? I think it's hype. Capturing the legendaries is hard. They do a lot of damage back to you. You need use a lot of strategy to get them. And you know what? He's not grinding. He's not speeding up. He's not using rare candies. So let's let him have some fun. Let's let him Swords Dance Sacred Sword the rest of the game. I don't care. Let's see how this goes. He's just going to quick ball and risk it. This is like 5% to catch, I'm pretty sure. I think quick ball first turn on the legendary is like 5%.
Tragedy has befallen mankind.
It's 1 in 20.
Oh, he's so dead.
Oh.
He's so dead. I can't believe
Alright,
Clink
he's using
is
a
dead.
smoke ball. Oh, he's gonna try the next one.
We get one shot.
It's 5%, dude. Like, it's not terrible.
Damn it, I thought that was gonna work.
I mean, can't you just... Yeah.
Wait, we get a second shot.
Can you just keep going?
Wait.
I think you can.
I have an idea. I'm going to timer ball stall it.
Okay. You know what?
How is Pelipper actually equipped to deal with this?
Hell
when
yeah.
the turn is passed, we get a timer ball. Keep
This is like also just like 4%.
Pelipper's purpose.
Turn 10 timer ball,
One
full HP
timer ball.
legendary. It's like 4 or 5%. There's no fucking way. Okay, dude. He deserves it. Fuck it. Give it to him.
You did it, Pelipper!
Give it to him.
Yes!
Let him fucking sweep the game with this shit. Alright, let's see him do the Drayden fight. I don't know what the Shellman is for, but... So I think if he leads Virizion here, he could just Swords Dance up to +4 and probably sweep. The thing about legendaries is like, the thing that I always surprises me is they are so goddamn bulky. Like, they do a lot of damage and you expect them to, but what you don't expect is because they just have such high BST. Their defenses are also really good. Like, this takes no damage. He could easily go to +4, +6 here, and he should. Yeah, I don't see why he... Okay, if you're going to use a setup strategy, like, he is not in a position where he ever needs to, like, go now. There's, like, the skill of using setup strats is to know when to press go, basically. Is to know when to engage. It's to know when to pull the trigger. He does not need to pull the trigger yet. He's only +2. He could easily go with the damage output of this Druddigon He could easily go to +6 here, right? Why not? You're probably outspeeding most of his team, and if you're at +6, you're definitely one-shotting all of it. So go big or go home, right? You just might as well go all in on it. What are you afraid of? So now this lives, and now it fucking heals, and now you like.
We can tank the
what are you doing?
fine. I think Virizion might just clean up.
I don't. Yeah, he didn't even. Did he not Swords Dance again? I think he just immediately Sacred Sword
he's
again.
straight for it. Okay, I mean, I just have to hit it with Sacred Sword.
Yeah, but if you, yeah. So this
already.
is where things get a little bit dicey, right? Because this is not going to one-shot.
Perfect. I think we're just gonna win. I think even with the turn order, this works out in our favor.
So it's Dragon Tail, right? Yeah.
Okay, Dragon Tail. He's gonna switch it. 64. No!
And now, like,
no, not the shell.
why did you bring this?
Okay, Jan.
Oh, this is perfect, actually. This is so good. He can stop the sweep. It's fine. He dies the Dragon Tail.
Okay, he did his job.
Nice.
Delvin's dead.
But, like, yeah, you see what I mean, right? Because now he no longer has the opportunity to set Virizion up because everything else has, like, way higher damage output than the Drayden did. So setup strats are really, really, really strong, but they're not, like, free. You still need to know when to pull the trigger with them. It's really, really important. It's a really important skill to have if you're going to use them.
Please just kill.
Trick kill, right? Yeah.
Thank you. Shelman
It's, like, not over.
Life. So much of the team is weak to Flygon.
Yeah. This is so scary.
It's actually not good that the battle worked out this way. We wanted to get Flygon earlier. Come on, correct. That's a lot of damage. Land Blizzard.
He's actually going to risk a Blizzard here. He's in crit range and he has to risk a Blizzard now.
Come on.
He literally had it. He just had it with Virizion.
Thank God.
Oh, that was so much more risky than it had to be, RT. Come on. It's really important when you're reviewing your Nuzlocke if you're trying to get better. Even if you get out of fights and it worked out, right? It's what we call result-based analysis, right? It's not good. You need to evaluate your decisions from before you knew how the battle was going to end up. Because there's a lot of worlds where that Blizzard misses or that Earth Power crits, and he might just actually wipe there. Like, I don't know. Virizion probably takes out the Flygon, but like he at least loses Samurott to it. Also, come on, bringing the Darmanitan is just like complete fucking win trade at this point. Like, why is this on the team? Like, I know why it's on the team, and it's because he didn't want to grind, right? But, yeah. Like, this is not going to do anything in this fight. Darmanitan, the thing that Darmanitan does really well is outspeed and one-shot shit because it does so much fucking ridiculous damage. And if it can't do that because it's only limited to fire moves against it, like a Dragon Trainer, so like it's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to one-shot. So if it's not going to one-shot, then you shouldn't be using it.
Strong shoots. Let's start.
All right, Marlon should be pretty free here with Virizion, surely. He has Jolteon as well.
Final
there should be a problem.
He
still has
Caracasta.
Darmanitan on his team for some reason.
This thing has Shell Smash. This thing also has Sturdy. I don't think there's much he could do. Oh, he's got Bounce. Okay, that's actually a little scary.
So something worth noting here is I think this I saw this last fight too. Virizion had leftovers, and I think something worth noting is you can always teach your Pokemon Protect. Protect is always available no matter what, pretty much in every Pokemon game. I think there's some where it's not, but usually it is. If your Pokemon holds leftovers, it's almost always worth it to teach Protect. And if you just have Protect on that Pokemon, like if you're planning for this fight, you know the one thing that can like stop your Virizion is this Wailord. So if this just had Protect, you would just be fine, right? I would really like to see RT like teach Protect to his Pokemon a little bit more.
All right, gets the scariest fight of the Black and White Nuzlocke. Electros. Electros has Flamethrower. This thing can have Acrobatics. Whoa. I think something that we just hit it strong with is our best bet.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the Acrobatics.
So one way, he doesn't have a lot of resistances to its other coverage. One way that I could see him beating this efficiently is going Jolteon on this because you're expecting a Thunderbolt and getting Volt Absorb off. Then you get a move off. I don't know if this has any non-electric type moves, and then switching back. I really don't like that this team has like two basically monotype attacking glass cannons. These are two Pokemon. Jolteon is a little bit better because it has Volt Switch, which gives it a lot of utility. Maybe if this had U-turn, it would be a little bit different. Like I said earlier, like especially Darmanitan is good if you like one shot and then you get the fuck out. And I can't really do that here. I think I would like to see a little bit more solid Bulkymons on this team than he currently has. Because this team really only needs to find like one opening with Virizion to set up a sweep, right? So having a little bit more defensive options to kind of pivot around and find those openings, I think I would like a little bit more. I think Jolteon's fine, but I think the Darmanitan is kind of pushing it.
Go for a Flare Blitz to try and just take it out in one shot. If I don't, then that guarantees I die. Fire Punch is best bet.
I like the Fire Punch here because I'm not sure if Flare Blitz would kill. Oh, it absolutely would. Wow. Okay, yeah, this is just so much damage.
All right.
Hindsight, Flare Blitz was better, but you don't really know, right? Like, I do concede, Darmanitan's really good. It's
Nice
really
slash,
fast, but
okay,
fuck,
do
man.
not-
Like, in a lot of these situations where you can't just, like, get in safely and, like, one-shot something, you're maximum going, like, 1-for-1 if you have a good switch in, right? Something worth noting that RT is doing here is if you're facing a Drapion, you have no super effective moves because you don't have a ground type move, use special moves instead of physical because its physical bulk is a lot better than its special bulk.
Okay, Hydreigon. Now this is the fear. Redemption has good special defense.
That's so
it's our best
spooky.
bet. Poison is annoying.
But, like, you have a good switch, right? Yeah, this is fine.
Crunch is amazing.
He gets justified here, right?
Justified.
Oh, that's so good. Actually gets the attack boost to kill it.
Is going to pick up the kill there. I don't think that would have otherwise.
Really
Toxicroak
good.
is the last one. Everything's pretty injured.
Oh, I mean, you have to just use Drapion on 1v1, depending on what kind of moves you have, right? This is kind of stupid. Yeah, and then finish off with Jolteon is the play.
Yeah, let's get hacking away at him. There's the brick break. 1, 2, 3 down to 78.
Gotta take one more. One thing worth noting about Drapion is that it has the battle armor ability if it doesn't have sniper, which is just so strong. It's like one of the best abilities in the game, so if you can get that, it's really, really good.
Oh, YouTube. I think this is it for Tenacity.
I really think he should switch into Jolteon here. I'm pretty sure he can kill. Like, if he's willing to sack anyway, you might as well go into Jolteon and Volt Switch, right? See if Volt Switch maybe kills, because it's going to do more than Ice Fang, I'm pretty sure. I think Jolteon is fine.
Come on.
I really don't think you need to sack here. And the reason I'm critical of this decision is because Drapion is so good for the E4.
That victory can just come in and clean up now. We don't have to
Yeah,
worry
you had
about Sucker
Discharge.
Punch
I think
or anything
you
like that.
could have easily. I think Discharge would have killed from that HP. You did not need the additional damage. And, like, even if it doesn't kill, right, you can just Discharge, and, like, if it doesn't kill and Jolteon ends up dying, I think I would rather lose Jolteon than Drapion at this point, just because Drapion is so good for the E4, and which is the only, like, hard fight of the game left. All right, it's Elite Four time. This is his team. He's using Samurott, Darmanitan, Jolteon, Golurk, Bisharp, and Virizion. Good core here. I think bringing a ghost type is really important for this Elite Four because of Marshal. His Pokemon have Retaliate, fighting type moves, obviously. You want to be able to block those with immunity. It's good. It's not going to solo, but it's just a really good tool to use to bring into the fighting type moves, reset the tempo, get something out of it. Big fan of the Bisharp also. Like I said, you need a dark type. Big fan of the Virizion. What I'm not a big fan of is the Darmanitan, and I think the Samurott. The Samurott is fine. It's just kind of like a stat block. It's okay. You can always use it. The Jolteon is okay because of Volt Switch. I just think Volt Switch is very good. It's got Shadow Ball for, like, Caitlyn and Shauntal, but like these, I think this is just, like, so grief, to be honest. Like, yeah, the Darmanitan does do a lot of damage and it's fast, but like I said, it can kind of only ever go 1-for-1 because it takes so much damage, right? You're not going to be put into situations with Darmanitan in this Elite Four where you just, like, one-shot 3 Mons in a row. That's where Glasskin and Pokemon really shine. It never really does this, and therefore I think this is a mistake to bring it. I understand why he does it, and it's because he doesn't want to grind up an entirely new Pokemon, but I think seeing a little bit more of a defensive option on this slot would make a lot more sense to me. I like Samurott because it's at least got Ice Beam for the champion fight, the dragons and stuff like that, but I think this is a really rough choice. But we'll see. I do think most of the Elite Four members in this game are very, very doable. I think the hard one is Marshall. I think the other 3 are very, very handleable. They don't have too crazy stuff.
Go straight for Shadow Ball. I think we can stay in on this. At least for the time being.
I think I actually...
He's really good.
I actually like the Jolteon, using the Jolteon early here. The reason I say this is because I know Gothitelle has Thunderbolt in this, so if you can get this damaged, you can get a little bit of value out of its HP early. You can later on switch it into those Thunderbolts and heal it up and get some more value out of it. So I kind of like that approach. I don't know if that's what he's thinking necessarily, but I that's kind of why I like this lead here. Okay.
Okay, this is the scariest thing on our team.
Can you just Flare Blitz here?
We just need to make sure this dies.
I don't think it kills.
I'm
Let's see how
hoping
much Fire
2
Punch
Fire
does.
Punches will do enough damage.
Flare Blitz would have
Perfect.
killed.
Psychic, we're on 210. Come on, you can take that.
Like, this is kind of what I mean. Like, yeah, you're going to kill this Reuniclus, but, like, how do you ever get this back in? Like, this is, you have to remember, this is with Darmanitan being put in a perfect position after a Volt Switch kill, so you get the free switch. Like, how do you ever bring this back in, except with another Volt Switch kill? which is like sometimes hard to set up, right?
King is the best thing that's equipped to deal with this, but King is already quite badly hurt.
Okay, I will say
The
Jolteon
thing
actually
is,
turns out to be
if
really good
they
for
stay
Caitlyn, so
in
maybe I like
Night
it.
Slash.
It's good for Lapras as well. It's good for Lapras and Archeops on Iris. So actually, I think it's a really good bring.
YouTube. Me.
That's a huge crit, but he does live it. Yeah, you could have just literally saved HP on Bisharp there by being. So you really have to think about these Volt Switch kills. This is actually a really powerful technique, right? So let's rewind a little bit here real quick. When we were in this position, why don't we just, instead of Night Slashing, why don't we just go into Jolteon on the Volt Switch, heal to full, and then kill this with like Shadow Ball into Volt Switch or something, like Thunderbolt into Volt Switch or something, and then go back into Bisharp being like way higher HP. Like this is just kind of scary, right? Like you live, but barely. You get Air Slashed, you bait the Psychic type move, you Volt Switch, you go back into Bisharp, and you've switched for free as well. Like fast Volt Switch Pokemon are really, really good, but like you have to like think about them. This Jolteon is actually so powerful, but it like takes a lot of planning and like adaptation, like thinking every turn about your options to really use it to its fullest potential here. I think Shauntal is really straightforward.
Ghost Rider.
The only thing that's kind of scary is the Chandelure.
We're pretty okay here. We just Night Slash twice, and we should be able to get a quick kill. She's gonna go into Golurk. Okay, that's not what I thought. Well, okay, I can't stay here.
I guess because it's come up, and this is something really easy to teach you for your Nuzlocke, and it's actually really useful. From Gen 5 onward, predicting what the AI is going to send into next is very easy. It's very, very simple. AI will send in the Pokemon with the highest base power move, accounting for type effectiveness on the Pokemon that you have out, and not accounting for stab. So in this example, if this Golurk has, for example, Earthquake, AI will see Earthquake as a 200 base power move on this Bisharp, accounting for type effectiveness, not accounting for stab, and then send out that Golurk if that 200 is not beaten by any other move on his team. Very, very simple. It's always going to work that way in Gen 5 onwards.
Okay, this is the scary one.
Yep.
I mean, this is up to Darmanitan. So Darmanitan needs to tank a hit and then Rock Slide Revenge Kill.
That's your plan? I think I really would go into Samurott here. Does this have Energy Ball? I mean, if it has Energy Ball, you still want to pivot through Darmanitan. I think RT really needs to think more about pivoting, manipulating the AI into doing other things with switches. I think he only ever thinks about a direct switch and never about going into something and then going to something else to like manipulate. I think this is like he's improved a lot in his runs, and I think the next skill he can definitely acquire is these kind of pivoting strategies. I think that would be really good. If this doesn't have Energy Ball, then just go Samurott. And if it does, then like Energy Ball is still going to do significantly less damage than Fire Blast to Darmanitan. So
Fire Blast will resist that too. That's good. But
yeah.
Oh my god, that's not even a crit.
Like Energy Ball is going to do, Energy Ball is 80 and Fire Blast is 120 times 1.5, so 180. So Energy Ball is going to do less than half of this damage.
Land the Rock Slide?
Yeah, now he has to chance it with like hitting Rock Slide.
Take it out.
Because you could miss that.
Yep.
I think there was definitely a less risky way to play that Chandelure.
Battle 4. This and the champion are the scariest ones.
Yep.
Come on,
Agreed.
victory. Okay, I have to just Volt Switch immediately.
I like these Volt Switch
We get a
leads.
bit of damage off.
Because you can just go into Golurk for free here, for example, right? It's always going to go for a fighting move.
Just Giga Drain.
This also works.
Okay, he's going straight into Mienshao. Now, Mienshao has Retaliate as well. They all have Retaliate from this point. Okay. So we have to make sure that we go into Golurk at the start of each round when he has
This
a
is
new
why Golurk
Pokemon.
is so important, yeah.
He's using Bounce.
Yeah, so it probably saw a kill with Bounce because it's 4x super effective. Oh, if he taught this Protect, it would be so good. It probably walls it, right? Like, does this even have a move to hit this with if it doesn't have balance? If it can't hit with balance? Like, even if not, it's still always going to go for it probably because it's going to do the most damage. I really want to see RT teach Protect to his Pokemon more. It's so useful for so many of these fights.
All right. I don't use Fly yet. I think I just use Earthquake because he's going to go first. If I use Fly and then he'll use Bounce and I'll miss.
Yeah. This is good.
So I use Earthquake.
Yeah. Oh, It's so awkward.
That's really unfortunate because this Pokemon is so important to the battle.
Yeah, you need to account for that, especially if you're gonna use Fly to like kill stuff. Oh, now it's really, really awkward. Like you might get it here, but
Dodge the attack and retaliate. Sock.
I guess one thing to note with bounce is if you're just always using Protect and it's faster than you, you're never really hitting it. But if your plan is to tank bounces from this, then you probably should have at least equipped a Cherry Berry, I think. I think these are the kind of things you need to think about when you plan out these fights. Just go to Virizion for Justified Boost.
So bad. Okay, so now I can go back into Redemption.
Nice.
Okay, Conkeldurr, it has Retaliate. My final Pokemon, it all comes down to this. I need to go into my paralyzed Golurk.
I think this wall's right, but like you're so low HP.
But it's gonna bulk up is the problem.
Oh, that's so
I can
scary.
attempt to fly. It could just Stone Edge though and kill me if it lands the crit or something. Okay.
Oh, this is actually so
Go
spooky.
to correct. Alright, correct. You're not dying this time. 196. Uncomfortable amount of damage. I'm not losing Samurott this time. I don't know if a Surf boosted Water Gem is enough. It has a lot of HP.
Okay, he has Water
I
Gem.
got there. I have to go back in now.
That might actually be really clutch here. The Water Gem might be super clutch.
Fly.
Why did he switch?
I just need a bit of damage, so the Surf will be enough. Come on, Golurk.
Oh, these bulk ups are so scary, and you're paralyzed. Oh, he's bulking up so much. Stone Edge does double damage and Fly, by the way. I think he knows. Oh, he misses.
That's terrible. Shadow Punch.
Like you're just not doing that much damage anymore.
This is scary.
Why not Earthquake, by the way?
Okay, Golurk is going to die. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and Surf Water Gem.
I think that kills. If it
later,
does, then
Golurk.
the gem is so clutch here, because I think otherwise the thing just sweeps you.
We've had this exact scenario before.
I guess if it doesn't kill, then Virizion
And this time we're living it.
Virizion can clean up, but this is so scary. The Water Gem is actually so clutch. Oh my god. Dude, gems are really good, by the way. Should always use them.
Thank
Wow.
God.
I feel like this fight wasn't properly planned out. Golurk was like carrying too much on his shoulders for this fight. You either need to use Protect for the bounce stuff, or like use a Cherry Berry or something, because this was so scary. Like, it's worth noting too that Fly isn't actually that much more damage than Earthquake. Earthquake is 150 with stab, right? And Fly is like it's 90, so it's 180. It's more damage, but not that significantly. It's definitely worth thinking about not going for the Fly there, right? Like, bringing the Ghost type was really strong, but I would have liked to see something like maybe Jellicent or something more than this. This was way more close than it had to be.
Oh.
I mean, I like the
Samurott,
thinking.
you lived this time.
Bringing the Ghost type was a
Become the
really good
strongest trainer in
idea.
this Pokemon.
Don't get me wrong, super, super well, but it just wasn't quite. He just didn't, like, he plans the fights really well, but he doesn't quite plan them to the end, you know what I mean? But I think this is just like a thing of like lacking experience.
Here we go.
Such a banger. Such a banger.
Come on, gang.
I like the lead here. You have to one-shot. You got a one-shot, come on!
Go straight for it.
It's the best you can do. There's nothing to play around here. If you get burned, it's really bad. You need to go Rossberry here. Oh,
That's
no!
pretty bad. If she heals, I take too much damage.
She's gonna
90
heal.
with the burn and flamethrower. I can live one more burn and flamethrower. I have to Sword Stance.
I think I like this call. But it doesn't really matter between this and Sacred Sorting twice. I really would have liked to see a Rossberry for this contingency
Citrus Berry
plan.
means we can live the flamethrower and burn if it comes to it. Come on!
But it's fine. It sounds kind of hindsighty, but like... Citrus Berry also obviously helping here, but like imagine if you had Rossberry, right? Like the way to kind of treat these items is to think about like what fucks me the most, kind of. It's kind of hard to arrive at this conclusion, I think, right? But like I think it kind of makes sense to go Rossberry here because you would just have such a huge tempo advantage if you do manage to get out of this not burned. I like the Sword Stance there. I think it was a good call. Do you sack?
Straight into Archeops.
It's random
Redemption,
move.
You're out of action. King, you can tank everything this bird does.
Okay, if that's true, then this is fine. Then you keep the sack for later. I like that. But if this had like a move that does a lot of damage...
Iron Head.
This should one-shot. Don't get flinched. Okay, nice. Okay, he's kind of back on the on the board here. I think because this has Ice Beam and it needs a lot of HP, I think this is a really good opportunity to switch in Darmanitan, actually. If you're expecting the Flamethrower, although I think this also has, like, Focus Blast, right? Yeah, okay. Still, I think this is your best opportunity to do something with Darmanitan. Just get it in, Rock Slide, sack it, and then get Samurott in, just so you save HP on this. Because imagine if this Focus Blast hit. 2/3 HP, you're like this HP for when Haxorus comes in. How do you stop it? Okay, and imagine that hits too.
Give us a bit of luck!
Like, I think Darmanitan was 100% the correct play there. Just get some Rock Slides off or something.
Straight to victory, Volt Switch.
A little bit lucky.
That's gonna be the best damage I can get out of victory.
I like it.
I can Volt Switch into something else that can then kill the Lapras. Lapras is slow.
Good.
Oh, he used Thunderbolt. Perfect.
Having Volt Absorb here is really nice. It means
okay,
you can even recover some HP if you really need to.
Ourselves, then. We don't need to worry about switching here.
Yeah, Thunderbolt's good. Like, you could, like, Volt Switch into Samurott, tank like a Surf, and go back into this, but, like, I think Samurott HP is the most valuable thing he has right now. Oh, now you can actually kill with Volt Switch. This is really good.
Thunderbolt.
Although this is fine, too, I think. And Volt Switching on the next Pokemon.
Aggron's next.
But, like, he could already have, like, Darmanitan or something out against this, but then...
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good damage.
I think I have
Thunderbolt
to go
might have killed,
correct.
actually.
My problem is if I go into correct now, I'm worried about Haxorus.
No, it's fine. You just kill this, right?
But I think it's still the correct
Yeah,
option.
this is good. Just kill it. I think he wins. Yeah, he's far ahead enough now. But, like...
Earthquake's gonna hurt.
I think sacking something to this would have been better.
Surf.
You just need to be full HP so you can get as many Ice Beams off as you can. Like, this is fine. Your goal with this Samurott is you can never be dead to +1 Dragon Claw, right? That is kind of your goal. If you're dead to +1 Dragon Claw, you lose the fight, kind of.
Last one. Oh, my mind become one of my
So you did
Pokemon.
kind of risk the run there, I think.
Gotta just go for it.
Just gotta recognize what, like, your lose and win conditions are, basically, right? Like, this is the scary part.
Oh, come on.
And he's fine
correct.
now, but I think he's only dead to crit. You got an Ice Beam. You got an Ice Beam.
If she heals, we don't get it. Correct, don't you dare die here.
I don't think Aqua Jet kills.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes!
So, like, if Samurott was dead to that, the run is probably over.
We lived!
Virizion and Jolting on my nuts. He can probably still win, right? Because he has so many fast Pokemon. It's probably okay. Very well played, though. He got a little bit lucky at the end, I'm not going to lie. He definitely could have lost this run if if even one of those Focus Blasts hits Samurott. I don't want to be too critical, though. Really well played by RT. He had some great fights. Very, very good planning by him. He had a plan for everything. He wasn't surprised by anything. Super, super well played. He's evolving so much as a player. It makes me really happy to see. I hope he enjoyed the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's always a blast to watch RT play in Nuzlocke. Hope to see him in the next one. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.